Recording has started. So in our last class, I gave an assignment. So let's look at the solution together. So we have an array of names. So we have these names. Then we want to run a loop to display each name in this array. So based on what we did in our last class, we want to display each name in this array. So we can say let I equals 0, hi. Now let's start with this. Let's first put something like this. Then next line, console log I. Let's first do this. Then I plus plus. So how will first be 0? 0 less than 7, yes. Console log I is 0. So, but we are not interested in the value of I. Instead, we want to check or want to display the value inside this array. So let's do something. I'll say console log this array of names index 0. Let's start with this. I is 0. Is 0 less than 7? Yes. What is names index 0? That is Taye. I plus plus I becomes 1. Is 1 less than 7? Yes. What is name index 0? That is Taye. I plus plus I becomes 2. Is 2 less than 7? Yes. What is name index 0? Taye. So it's going to log Taye to the console 7 times. If you keep doing this till this condition becomes false. So this will keep logging Taye to the console. So let's check it out. So we have this Taye 7 times. Let's move on. But instead of logging Taye to the console, instead we want to, number one, let's even try to log all these names here. So I'll change this from 0 to I. And the reason I'm changing it to I is this. I is 0. Is 0 less than 7? Yes. Names index I, that is name index 0, that is Taye. I plus plus I becomes 1. Is 1 less than 7? Yes. Names index 1, because I is 1. Names index I, that's name index 1, that becomes Peter. I plus plus I becomes 2. Is 2 less than 7? Yes. Names index 2, that is James. I plus plus I becomes 3. Is 3 less than 7? Yes. Names index 3, that becomes Idris. I plus plus I becomes 4. Is 4 less than 7? No. Sorry, is 4 less than 7? Yes. Names index 4, that's undefined. I plus plus I becomes 5. Is 5 less than 7? Yes. Names index 5, that's undefined. I plus plus I becomes 6. Is 6 less than 7? Yes. Names index 6, that is undefined. I plus plus I becomes 7. Is 7 less than 7? No, it's going to terminate. So what I want to do is I want it to end at this address. So I'm going to put 4 here. 4. So I will be 0. Is 0 less than 4? Yes. Names index 0, that is Taye. I plus plus I becomes 1. Is 1 less than 4? Yes. Names index 1, that is Peter. I plus plus I becomes 2. Is 2 less than 4? Yes. Names index 2, that is James. I plus plus I becomes 3. Is 3 less than 7? Yes. Names index 3, that's Idris. I plus plus I becomes 4. Is 4 less than 4? No. Then it's going to terminate. So, Mr. Blaise, I know you got it right, but I just think there's need for me to go over the solution. Do you have any questions, sir? Hello, Prof. Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I'm with you.
Do you have any questions, sir?
No question, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. So let's now go to today's task. We are going to continue from where we stopped in our last class. So, instead of logging into the console, I want to display it inside a div. Oops, what's this? So I'll give this div an ID. I can call it ID result. So I'll call on result dot inner text equals to names index I. So this will display it inside this div, right? Have you now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's go to the browser and see what you're going to get.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So we have Idris. So why is it Idris? Why are we not saying others? Where are the other names? Normally we should have Taye, Peter, James, and Idris, but somehow we only saw Idris inside this div. Please, can you? What do you think happened? What do you think is responsible for that? Why are we not seeing other names? When we did console log, we saw all the names. When we did something like this, when we did console log, we should do this. You see all the names in the console. Okay. You can see the names, right? All the names. But here, inside this div, we only have one name. So what do you think is responsible for that? What's going on?
Hello, guy.
Yes, sir.
Kí ló kọ rẹ̀ mi máa ní? Ó sá lọ ní o. Network.
Tí mo ti ń béèrè question.
Mò ń dá mo fẹ́ dá náà ló lọ. Tẹ́ ẹ fi sọ fún mi pé ṣé kinní ó máa show nínú div yẹn? Mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Okay, so my question is this. When we use console log, we can see all the names in the console. But when we use this result as inner text, we only saw Idris inside this div. So what do you think is responsible for that? This line, console log I, with that we have all the names. But when we did something like this, result as inner text, names index I, we only saw Idris. What do you think is responsible for that?
Go back to the code, sir.
Where are the other names? What's going on?
I'm coming. I'm still reasoning.
Okay.
I don't know why, Oga. With our line 17.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Hello, sir.
I'm with you, sir. I'm with you.
Help me. With line 17, this code supposed to run perfectly.
Yes.
But I don't know why.
And really, it's actually running perfectly. That's the funniest thing. It's running perfectly. So let's go into this. To understand what is going on, let's look at this scenario. I'll comment out all the codes and I'll say this div it has an ID of result, right? Result.inner text equals to, let's say, Tolu. Result.inner text equals to, let's say, Anide. Oops. Then let me add one more. Result.inner text equals to Blessing. So if you run this code, what are we going to see inside this result?
We should see blessing.
Good. So when we run this code, what happens is it's going to first put Tolu, then instantly it will replace it with Ayinde, then instantly it will replace it with Blessing, right?
Okay.
So this, what we have here, is exactly what is happening inside this loop. It will first place.
I'm sorry. You know what I was looking at?
Okay, sir.
I thought Idris was as index 0. I did not know that it's the last one.
Okay.
Of course, it will be overriding after every complete cycle.
Good. So now we want to see all the names. What do you think we should do?
Inside the same one div.
Yes, we want to see all these names. What do you think we should do?
Man, are we going to introduce break?
I don't know. Just tell me what to do. I don't know.
Man, on the name,
Yes, sir.
bail me out. I don't know honestly,
No,
and I'm not
please
putting.
think.
Guys, better all Okay. Can we introduce that plus that we do use?
Okay.
Result.inner is equal to plus or something plus equal to.
Perfect. Agbade. Ó pọ̀. Ó
Yeah.
pọ̀. Senior developer.
Is that a love pumping me, okay?
So let's go to the browser and see it. Can you see all the names now?
Okay.
So it works.
If space is equal.
We can change this from inner text to inner HTML. You know, this will allow us to write HTML codes. So we can even concatenate it with break if you want to.
Okay.
So we have this result.
Okay.
Agba. So let's explain the logic behind this.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Now, what happens is if we add plus, you know, this is the same thing as saying result.inner text equals to result.inner HTML equals to result.inner HTML plus this. You know, this plus is to concatenate it. I told you that.
Yes.
Good. When it sees a string, it concatenates. So initially, this is going to start as an empty div, and the value of an empty div is a string, an empty string. Again, initially it starts as an empty div, and the value of an sorry, noise is coming from your end, sir. Okay. So the value of an empty div is an empty string. So when it runs this code the first time, high will be 0. So it's going to say result.inner HTML. And hello, Mr. Blessing.
Okay.
And result.inner HTML is an empty string. That is empty string plus names index 0. What is names index 0?
That's Taye.
Right, so it's going to concatenate this empty string with this Taye. Then it will concatenate this BL tag. And it will set it as the value, as the inner HTML of this result. So it will place everything inside this place. So what you're going to see inside this place will be Taye, and also BR. Remember, this is to break it to the next line. So we're going to have this.
Yes, sir.
So let's see what goes on again. For the I++, I becomes 1. Is 1 less than 4? Yes. it will now say result.inner HTML. What is result.inner HTML? This is now the value of result.inner HTML, right? Taye plus BL tag. Do you understand, sir? Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Prof, are you there?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So I said after the first one, this will be the value, or this will be inside this div, right? After the first one, we have this taye plus this BL tag. You know BL tag is this break.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Mr. Blessing, kí ló ń ṣe network yìí?
No, it's not my network. Mo ń gbọ́ yín sí.
Okay. After the first round, nǹkan tá a máa nínú div will be taye plus BL tag, àbí? Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ mi? Aha, good. So, I plus plus I becomes 1. Is 1 less than 4? Yes. It will now say result.inner HTML. You know this is result.inner HTML now. Then it will now concatenate it with names index 1. What is names index 1?
That's Peter.
Peter. It will now concatenate it with Peter and add another BL tag. So we now have something like this. Peter, then the BL tag will break it again to the next line, because you are setting everything as the value of result.inner HTML. What this is just going to do is you are saying get the initial value, whatever you see inside this place, concatenate names I with it, add the BL tag, set it back as the new value. When it goes for the next one, it's going to get everything again. In this case now, result.inner HTML now will be Taye and Peter, all of this, plus names index 1, which is James, add BL tag again. So that becomes James like this. Then set it back. So this is going to set it back. Next again, I less than 4, that is 3 less than 4, yes. Result.inner HTML, which is everything here. Concatenate names index I with it, that is Idris. Then break it to the next line again. Concatenate Idris. Then break it to the next line. Do you understand it, sir?
Yes, sir.
So that's why on the browser we saw these results. So let's go to the browser now. That's why we have these results on the browser. So can I move forward now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We want to look at 2 keywords. One of them is break, and the other is continue. Break and continue. Let's discuss what break does. Then, Mr. Blessing, share me, like, can you hear me, sir?
Kete,
Okay.
Kete.
Good. So I want to look at these keywords, break and continue. Let's look at them one after the other. I'll move this for now. Whenever JavaScript sees this word break, it's going to terminate the present loop. It's going to terminate the present loop. So I'll change this to, let's say 7. I will now say console log I break I++. If you run this code, what do you think we will see, sir? Again, whenever JavaScript sees this word break, it's going to terminate the loop. So if you run this code, what do you think we will see, sir? Hello, Prof. Hello, sir.
Hello sir.
Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ̀ ń lọ ẹ̀ ń bọ̀?
Oh, network mi ló ń sá lọ anyhow jàre but mo ti ń gbọ́ dáadáa padà again.
Okay. So I explained that whenever JavaScript sees this word break, it is going to terminate the loop. So based on that explanation now, if you run this code on the screen, what do you think you're going to see, sir?
Oh, MTN.
Shine bye bye.
And I have to print it. They said
Prof.
SQI is good.
Hello, Prof.
Yes sir.
Aha. Monique, I explained that whenever JavaScript sees the word break, it's going to terminate the loop. Now, based on this explanation, what are we going to see when we run this code on the screen?
Ọ̀gá ẹsẹ̀ kó mo ṣe ń gbọ́ yín nìyẹn ìgbọ́n kankan látàárọ̀ yẹn.
Okay. So this is what I said. We want to look at this word called break. Shagboyin. Shagbo break. A máa tẹsẹ̀ lébọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ nẹ́tíwọ́ọ̀kì yín o.
Ah, mi ò dẹ̀ ní símù mi.
Ẹ lè ra sim náà. Ẹ lè get Airtel. Hello, sir.
Lórí fóònù.
Okay. So we want to look at this word called break. Whenever JavaScript sees this word break, it's going to terminate the loop immediately.
Okay.
Now, based on that explanation, if you run these codes now, what do you think we will see on the screen?
If we run it, console log I. But create a high if I is less than 7. Okay. We will only see one. Ẹ̀kan náà la rí that have break.
We only see 0. High is 0.
0 rather, I'm sorry. We will see 0.
Okay. Good. That's good. You are correct, sir. So we have 0. Let's move on. So next is, we can now do something like this. You can say,
Okay.
yes, sir.
I'm sorry, before you go,
Okay, sir.
bring back the code. What if break is the one on line 18, and increment is on line 18?
We still see the same result. It's going to say I is 0. 0 less than 7, yes. Console log 0. I plus plus, I becomes 1. Break. It will stop.
It's not the same thing now.
We will still see.
I was 0, or I is 1.
But yes, I is 1.
Let's check.
But because he didn't go for another round, do you understand it, sir?
How will you say something that shows us 0 and something that shows us 1 is the same thing?
No, it only shows 0. How we start at 0? Okay.
My guy says 0 and 1, they are the same thing. Ṣé
ẹ pé 0 ló fún wa náà?
The word of 1 0.
Báwo ni ṣe ní fún wa 0? 0 ló máa fún wa náà.
Tí bá ti ní kó increase ẹ̀.
Ẹ wò báyìí jábẹ̀ rẹ̀. I is 0, right? Is 0 less than 7?
Yes.
Console log I, kí ló máa console?
0.
Okay. I plus plus, I becomes 1, abi?
Yeah.
Our break, ó máa stop.
Okay. All right, let's go there.
Okay, sir. So ẹ bá sọ fún gbogbo ayé mọ́ o.
Yes,
Okay. We have this. Next is, imagine this now. Let's say if I is equal to, let's say 4. Okay. So if you run this code, what are we going to see? Gone.
Ó máa run until tó bá dórí number 4 ní ó tó máa break.
So kí la máa wá rí?
So a máa rí 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
A máa rí 0, 1, 2, 3. Look at it very well, sir.
Kò ní console 4 mọ́.
Ẹ mọ̀ pé when I is 4, a ti break ẹ̀ kó tó di pé orí console log 4.
Okay.
But let's assume this console log I, how ló wà before this ni a máa rí 4 ńbẹ̀.
Okay.
So I understand, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's go to the browser. We have 0, 1, 2, 3. So again, whenever JavaScript sees this word break, it's going to terminate the loop. So terminate the loop.
So the word break is only useful for loop.
There's another place where we use it. We use inside switch case, but is that really? We are not going to look at switch case anyway, or probably when we are done with.
I think switch is another form of loop too now.
Of if statements, not loop. It's an alternative to if statements.
Okay, sir.
So when we are done with everything, if time permits us, we can now go to switch case just to check it out. But it does the same thing as if statement.
Okay, sir.
Next is, I want to look at the word continue. And before we look at the word continue, I need to bring up this. You see this I plus plus, normally it should be at the top here. So I'll take it away from the bottom and I'll bring it to the top. Normally it should be at the top. The reason I just like putting it at the bottom is because it's easier to explain there.
Yes, sir.
It's easier to explain. The way I plug, whatever you put at the third part here is going to work as though it's the last thing before these brackets. So it's going to work as though it is here. So I usually find a tough time explaining to students. Imagine we have this. I'm coming. I usually have a tough time explaining to students that I is 0 less than 7. Yes. Then it will come to this place and do console log I. When it's now done, it will now come back up here to do I plus plus. So that was how I put it down. But then this is where it should be. And the reason why I'm saying this now is because this continue is going to change things. When you want to use continue, you can't put it down here. It's going to affect your code. It will. If you're not using continue, it may stay here or here. It's fine. But when you're using continue, it's going to affect your code. Let's discuss why continue or what continue does. Now, whenever JavaScript sees this word continue, I'll say, let's say console log hi. So whenever JavaScript sees this word continue, let me put it here. Okay, I'm coming I plus plus. So I'll put continue between the two of them now. So when JavaScript sees the word continue, it's going to skip all the quotes between that continue and the end of the loop. I come again. Whenever JavaScript sees this word continue, it will skip all the quotes between the continue and the end of the loop. To understand that better, I'll put another console log here. So I is 0, Abi.
Yes, sir.
Is 0 less than 7?
Of course, yes.
Console log I. That's 0, Abi.
Yes, sir.
Then it's going to see this continue, right?
Okay.
So because of this continue, it will skip all the codes from the location of this continue to the end of this loop and jump back up. Do you get it, sir?
Okay.
It will skip all of this console log I plus plus. It will skip all of this and jump back up. What is I?
I is still 0 then.
Good. I is still 0. Is 0 less than 7? Yes.
Yeah.
Console log I 0. Then it will still continue again. Skip all of this and jump back up.
So that will now result into infinite loop.
Perfect. It results into infinite loop. So whenever you are using continue, you can't put it down here. In fact, this is where it should be normally anyway. At the top here. That's where it should be normally. Just for the sake of explanation is the reason I put it down here. But let's look at this one now. I is 0, right?
Yes, sir.
Is 0 less than 7?
Yes, sir.
Console log I. That's 0. Continue. Continue will skip everything from here to the end of this loop and jumps back. But jumping back, it will jump to this part. So I plus plus I becomes 1. Is 1 less than 7? Yes. Console log I, which is 1. Continue. It will skip all of this and jumps back up. I becomes 2. Is 2 less than 7? Yes. Console log I, which is 2. Continue. It will skip all of this. I becomes 3. On and on like that. So we're going to see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we are not going to see hello at all.
So ideally, in a software development process, what is continue useful for?
We're going to see a scenario like that. See a scenario like that. Okay, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when do you use break and continue? Break is like telling the codes or the program that I've seen what I'm looking for. Stop. Don't search again. I come again. Break is like I've seen what I'm looking for. Then stop at this point. Continue is the opposite. Continue is like, this is not what I'm looking for. Quickly go to the next one. I love using one example, and I think that's the example I use inside that JavaScript textbook. Uh, Look at this. Look at it like this. Imagine there are 20 boxes. 10 of them are red. 10 of them are blue. Again, there are 20 boxes. 10 of them are red. 10 of them are blue. Now, you are told that there is gold in just one of the 20 boxes. There is a gold in one of the 20 boxes. So when you pick the first one, on picking the first one, there is no gold there. On picking the second one, you find a gold. What do you do? Well, if you are not greedy, I think it's better I put it like that. If you are not greedy, then you can just leave it and go home. Because you've already been told that gold is only present in one of them. Do you understand it?
Yes.
So that is break for you. Break is as though I've seen what I'm looking for. Break. Stop looping. Stop checking. Stop running the same codes over and over again. Do you understand it, sir? Do you get that for break? Do you get the explanation of break, sir? Hello, Prof. Hello, Prof.
Yes, sir.
Do you get the explanation of break?
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you.
I'm with you.
Do you get the explanation of break?
I can hear you too now. Of break.
Yes.
Yes. Break is if you want to iterate some things just for in search for one thing, you can once you have gotten it, you can let it go.
Good. Let's now go to continue and see how that works. For continue, imagine someone has hinted you that the gold is inside a blue box. Someone has given you a hint. So once you pick any box, what's the first thing you check? The color, right?
Yes, sir.
So once you pick a box and you're like, oh, this is blue, you check it. But once you realize that this is red, you throw it away and quickly go to the next one. Do you understand that part? Like someone has hinted you that the gold is inside a blue box. So when you pick a box, the first thing you check is what's the color. And once it's blue, you check. Once it is red, you continue. You continue to the next one. You omit it. Do you understand it, sir? Continue is like, this is not what I'm looking for. I don't want to stress myself checking this. I want to quickly jump to the next one. So let's look at a scenario. Once you have that information that the gold is inside a blue box, once you pick a red box, you throw it away and go to the next one immediately. You receive a blue box, you check. You receive a red box, you jump it, go to the next one. So continue is like, I'm not interested in this, bring another one. I'm not when you do you understand how continue works? I'm not interested in this, bring another one. That is what continue does. We can do something like this. We can say if I is equal to 4, continue. So based on the explanation of continue, what are we going to see? Now listen.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
má bínú kọ̀ọ̀kan ló wọlé. Mo ń gbọ́ yín là.
I said, if you run this, what are we going to see?
If I run this code, what will I see?
Yes, sir.
So the code we never read line. Okay. It will never read line 17, 18 to 19 until when the iteration is number 50, because I is from 0 now. So we will see 0, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, that's what we will see.
Let's look at the explanation together. High is 0, right?
Yes, sir.
Is 0 less than 7?
Yes.
So is this condition to 0 equals to 4?
Sir?
Is 0 equals 4?
No.
Ohun ẹ kò lọ́dọ̀ yín.
Ohun ẹ kò kẹ̀.
Like whenever I say anything, all we play. How is it from my head? Check by.
I'm hearing you. Show me echo.
Ohun ẹ kò. Anything bad about. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ ṣáà ń gbọ́ mi? Let me refresh it from my mind. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Àhóyìn echo.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Mo lóyìn echo. But let's continue. Yeah, so it's clever.
Kò echo mọ́.
Kò echo mọ́.
Okay.
Bàtẹ́ fi earpiece ní àbí?
Mi ò mọ̀, mo sáwọn kò mo ti earpiece bọ̀ orí fóònù.
Okay. So how is 0? Is 0 less than 7? Yes.
Yes.
Is 0 equals 4?
No.
So that means it's not going to enter this if statement because the condition is not so. Abi?
Yes.
It will console log I, which is 0. When it's done, it will come up here and say I plus plus I becomes 1. Is 1 less than 7? Yes.
Yes.
Is this condition to is 1 equals 4?
No.
So it's not going to enter this place. It's console log I becomes 1. It's console log 1. It's console log 1. I plus plus I becomes 2. Is 2 less than 7? Yes. Is 2 equals 4? No. It will console log I, that is 2. I plus plus I becomes 3. Is 3 less than 7? Yes. Is 3 equals 4? No. It will console log I, which is 3. I plus plus I becomes 4. Are you following, sir?
Yes.
Is 4 less than 7? Yes. Is this condition true?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 4 equals 4. It will now enter this place and see this word continue. I said continue will do something. It's going to skip all the codes from that point to the end of the loop, right? Abi now.
Yes, sir.
So meaning it skip everything from here to the end of this place and jump straight to the top. I plus plus I becomes 5. Is 5 less than 7? Yes. Is 5 equals 4? No. It's not going to see this continue. It will jump to this place, console log I, which is 5. I plus plus I becomes 6. Is 6 less than 7? Yes. Is this condition so? No. Console log I, which is 6. I plus plus I becomes 7. Is 7 less than 7? No, it will terminate. So that means we will see 0, 1, 2, 3. We won't see 4, but we'll see 5, 6. Do you get it, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you see the way continue works? It has omitted 4.
Hmm.
So that's because when I is 4, it will see this continue and it will skip everything from that point to the end of the loop and jumps back to the top.
Hmm.
Shani Bere.
Hmm.
Shani Ibere. Now, assignments. I have an array. Let's bring back our array of names. So your array can be as long as you want it to be.
Okay.
I want to see all the names that are at odd number. All the names that are at odd index. That is, this is index 1, Abi. Peter is at index 1, Abi now.
Okay.
I want to see Peter. John is at index 3, Abi.
Yes, sir.
I want to see John. So let's assume I have another name here. I want to see Kemi. I want to see all the names that are at odd index. Peter, John, Kemi.
All right, sir.
I see. Thank you very much, sir. You will see the recordings.